One evening, a woman called 911, but when the operator answered, there was only silence. No words, no sounds, just a quiet, eerie pause. The dispatcher waited, hoping to hear something, anything. Seconds felt like hours. Was it a mistake? A prank? Or was someone in serious trouble? 911 operators are trained for moments like this. Even when callers can't speak, they listen for clues. Background noises, breathing, anything unusual. In this case, the silence was broken only by faint, shaky breaths. The dispatcher stayed calm, trying to keep the caller on the line. Without words, it was a desperate call for help. The dispatcher quickly alerted police, knowing time was critical. Every second counted to find the caller and uncover what was wrong. This silent 911 call marked the start of a terrifying discovery that no one expected. What they found would shock the entire community. But for now, all they had was silence and hope. After the silent 911 call, the dispatcher tried everything to get the woman to respond. They asked simple questions, hoping she could whisper or make any noise. But there was only silence and faint breathing. The dispatcher kept the line open, encouraging her, hoping she wouldn't hang up. Meanwhile, the dispatcher used technology to trace the call's location. They found it came from a small, quiet neighborhood nearby. Police were dispatched immediately, told about the strange call and the urgency of the situation. The dispatcher remained on the line as long as possible, listening carefully. Sometimes, they could hear faint sounds, maybe a struggle or footsteps, but nothing clear enough to understand. It was frustrating and frightening. At the call center, every second felt critical. The dispatcher knew that the woman might be in danger, unable to speak because of fear or being held captive. Their job was to gather any hint that could save her life. The team worked together, balancing hope and worry, while police raced against time to reach the woman's home. The silent call was a cry for help without words, and the dispatchers would not give up. As soon as the police received the silent 911 call details, the urgency to find the woman grew stronger. Officers rushed to the address traced by the dispatcher, their minds racing with questions. Why couldn't she speak? Was she hurt, trapped, or scared? Every moment mattered. The neighborhood was quiet, streets dimly lit by street lamps. When police arrived at the house, they noticed the front door was slightly ajar. That immediately raised alarms. Officers called out to anyone inside, but no response came. Inside the house, the atmosphere was tense and eerie. Rooms were in disarray, as if someone had hurriedly searched through them. The police carefully checked every corner, worried about what they might find. They searched the basement, bedrooms, and living room. Signs of struggle were clear: broken furniture, scattered items, and an unsettling silence. The officers were prepared for the worst, but hoped for a miracle. Neighbors gathered outside, whispering anxiously. They had heard the 911 call, but didn't understand what was happening. Now, the terrifying truth was about to unfold. The urgent search was only beginning. What police were about to discover inside the home would reveal a shocking secret and change lives forever. As the officers moved through the house, the signs of danger became impossible to ignore. Broken glass lay scattered across the floor, and deep scratches marked the walls. Furniture was overturned, and personal belongings were tossed about, as if someone had been searching desperately or trying to escape. In the living room, a chair was broken in half, and there were dark stains on the carpet. The atmosphere was thick with tension. Every creak and shadow made the officers more cautious. They knew something terrible had happened here. One officer noticed the back door was unlocked and swinging slightly. It suggested someone might have left in a hurry or been forced out. The police called for backup and began canvassing the area around the house for any clues. Nearby, the officers found a torn piece of clothing snagged on a bush, covered in dirt and what looked like blood. It was a chilling sign that the victim had been trying to escape or was dragged outside. Inside a bedroom, the window was open, and the curtains fluttered in the wind. Footprints led from the window to the backyard, adding to the mystery. Police felt the weight of the danger closing in. The evidence told a story of fear, violence, and desperation. The terrifying reality was sinking in. Someone had been trapped, and the silent 911 call was the only way out. What they found next would confirm the true horror of that night. As the officers continued their search, they found something chilling that shook them to the core. In a small, dark room at the back of the house, they discovered the woman, weak, scared, and barely conscious. She had clearly been held captive, unable to speak or call for help properly. Her hands were bruised, and she showed signs of struggle. She was trapped in that room for hours, possibly days, with no way to escape. The silence on the 911 call made sense now. She was too afraid or injured to speak. Nearby, police found evidence of a violent confrontation, broken furniture, bloodstains, and personal items scattered on the floor. It was clear she had fought hard to survive. The officers quickly called for medical help. Paramedics rushed her to the hospital, where she was treated for her injuries. The terrifying discovery didn't end there. The police realized this was not just a random crime, it was something darker and more dangerous than they expected. The community was left shocked, wondering who could do such a thing, and why. The silent call that started this terrifying chain of events had finally led to the woman's rescue. But the nightmare was far from over. After rescuing the woman, police began a deep investigation to find out who was responsible for this nightmare. They collected evidence from the house, interviewed neighbors, and reviewed surveillance cameras nearby. Slowly, a dark picture emerged. The attacker was someone close to the victim, a trusted person she knew well. It was a shocking betrayal that left everyone speechless. Neighbors recalled suspicious behavior and strange noises over the past few days. Some had seen the person acting nervously, trying to avoid attention, but no one suspected such cruelty. The police worked tirelessly to gather proof and build a strong case. The community demanded answers and justice for the woman who had suffered so much. Finally, the suspect was arrested. The charges were serious: kidnapping, assault, and more. The terrifying story had a face, and it was closer than anyone expected. This revelation was a painful reminder. Sometimes danger hides where we least expect it. The silent 911 call had saved a life and exposed a horrifying truth behind closed doors. After the arrest, the community struggled to come to terms with what had happened. The woman, though physically recovering, faced a long emotional journey ahead. Support from family, friends, and counselors became her lifeline. The police continued their investigation, ensuring all evidence was properly documented. The case went to court, where the truth was revealed to everyone. The attacker faced severe punishment, sending a strong message that such crimes would not be tolerated. The silent 911 call remained a powerful reminder of how a simple act could save a life. It showed the importance of quick response and the bravery of the woman who reached out even without words. Neighbors became more vigilant, looking out for one another to prevent such horrors in the future. The community came together, stronger and more aware of the dangers that can lurk quietly. Though the terror of that night still haunted many, justice brought hope. And it all started with a silent call. A desperate plea that changed everything. Thank you for watching this chilling story. If you found it gripping, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more true stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. What would you do if you made a silent 911 call like this? Would help come in time? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters. And don't miss our next video. They were filming a prank. Then it turned into a real murder. Stay safe and see you soon!